Hold on tight, folks, because this is a thunderclap that's shaking the Bernabeu. Today, on Barça Sans Bar, I bring you the game-changing news, the exclusive that will leave Madrid fans in tears in their cave and Edu Aguirre searching for a new handkerchief. Líbero is dropping €40 million for Barcelona, for Barça Vision, without selling a single player, without giving anything away, pure Blaugrana muscle. And all this while Real Madrid continues to beg for referees and whistles at the bar. It's a bold move, folks, a monumental slap that shows FC Barcelona is more alive than ever, that our project is steel strong, and that our president Laporta is the king of chess, while Florentino thinks he's playing checkers. We're going to analyze this huge news with cool passion, with Catalan humor, and with a bit of bad faith for the merengues, who will choke on their caviar today. If you're one of those who bleed Blaugrana, who scream "Força Barça" until you're hoarse, and who laugh every time Roncero starts yelling in the Chiringuito, subscribe now, like, and hit the bell, because this will be a cool festival for the ages. Let's go, folks. What happened, Líbero? This company that seemed to be letting us down, like Madrid lets down Vinicius in the classics, has stepped up like a true cool and is dropping €40 million it owed to Barça for Barça Vision. And you know what's the best part? We didn't have to sell LAMINE, or MAL, or PEDRI, or GAVI, or a single hair from Lewandowski's mane. Zero sales, pure profit. While Madrid spends its life recruiting Mbappé so LAMINE can nutmeg him in the classic, we, with elegance, with class, with that Blaugrana touch that smells of the Mediterranean, are closing million-dollar deals without ruffling a feather. That's Barça, ladies and gentlemen, the club that invented beautiful football and is now inventing how to make money without selling its soul like the others. And where does this miracle come from? Let's get serious for a moment, because this is important. It turns out that Barça was on the verge of finalizing the sale of the percentage of Barça Vision that Líbero hadn't paid. An operation, pay attention, revealed by the great Miguel Galán, a guy who has shaken Madrid more than when Rafinha scored the 4th goal in the Super Cup. Líbero, seeing that Laporta is not joking and that Barça has more suitors than a Hollywood star, said, "Stop, I'll pay, I don't want to be left out of this party." Cool. And there they go, dropping 40 million fresh like leaving a tip in a Rambla bar to continue being part of the greatest project in world football. Hats off, Líbero, you've chosen the right side. Not like those who paint themselves white and think football is about screaming, "Madrid, Madrid," while the bar gifts them penalties. Now, folks, think about this, 40 million without selling anything. Do you know what that means? That Barça complies with the league's Rule 1, that we can recruit, that we can strengthen the team without having to do acrobatics. While Madrid drowns in debt to pay for Florentino's whims, we, with Joan Laporta at the helm, are doing financial magic. It's like Cruyff has returned, but instead of dribbling, he's giving us millions. And all this, pay attention, because the club's auditor will include the sale of the VIP seats of the new Camp Nou. Have you seen? Even the seats of the Blaugrana Temple are worth gold, while at the Bernabeu, the seats are only good for Roncero to sit and cry after every classic. Let's talk straight, folks. This move is checkmate for Madrid. It's a message to the world. Barça isn't just back, it never left. While Edu Aguirre spends his day saying Mbappé is the new god of football, we respond with facts, with 40 million falling from the sky, with a project that shines brighter than the Champions League that Madrid flaunts every other morning. Because let's be honest, how many champions does Madrid have? Many, but how many did the bar give them? They don't talk about that on Castellana. And while they argue with the referees, we're building a Blaugrana future that smells of titles, total football, LAMINE and MAL dancing on the pitch like it's Messi himself. Speaking of LAMINE, have you noticed how this 17-year-old kid, molded in the cradle, leaves Madrid speechless? In the classic, while Vinicius was busy diving, LAMINE scored a magnificent goal that even Roncero had to applaud in silence. And then there's Rafinha, who seems to have learned to fly, and PEDRI, who is more of a magician than Harry Potter. This team, folks, is an orchestra conducted by Anslick, a German who has understood the Blaugrana DNA better than many who have been here forever. And now, with 40 million more, who knows what crack we can bring in to finish the job. But let's not get sidetracked, because the topic is Líbero and these 40 million that make us stronger. Do you know who should be pulling their hair out now? Florentino Perez. Because while he thinks he's the master of football, Laporta is giving him lessons in management. Florentino, who thought Barça was finished, that we were going to sell even the badge to pay off debts, now sees how Barça rises like a phoenix, stronger, prouder, with more cules than ever. And on top of that, folks, we're doing it with style, without having to ask for favors from Mr. Tebas, or cry at the bar like Madrid does every weekend. Now, a moment of laughter. Imagine Tomas Roncero tonight in the Chiringuito, the vein in his neck about to explode, screaming, "It's a conspiracy! Laporta bought Líbero. Barça can't have money. It's impossible." And Edu Aguirre next to him, with a funeral face, saying, "Calm down, Tomas, Mbappé will save us." Haha, folks, imagine Mbappé, who in the Classic seemed lost like a tourist at the Sagrada Familia, won't save anyone. Madrid is in panic mode because they know that this Barça, with 40 million more in its pocket, is a danger to their dreams of greatness. And we, delighted to give them nightmares. Folks, now that we have the context, we're going to rub salt in the wound and enjoy how these 40 million are not just an adrenaline shot for Barça, but also a direct blow to the heart of Madrid. Because let's be honest, every time Barça takes a step forward, you can hear the grinding of teeth at the Bernabeu all the way to Concha Espina. These 40 million from Líbero are like a goal from Rafinha in the last minute of the Classic. Unexpected, glorious, and with the stadium roaring in ecstasy while the Madrid fans look for excuses at the bar. Let's first talk about what this money means for Barça. With these 40 million, the club not only complies with the league's Rule 1, but also positions itself as a financial titan at a time when all eyes are on us. Joan Laporta, this cule who carries the club crest tattooed on his soul, has shown that he doesn't need to sell our major jewels to move the club forward. While Madrid spends a fortune on Mbappé, only for Lamine Yamal to snatch the ball away like a child in a schoolyard, we're working magic without sacrificing anyone. And you know what? That's what hurts Madrid the most, because with all their money and power, they don't have a nursery like ours. La Masia is the holy grail of football, and every euro of these 40 million is a reminder that Barça not only plays better but also manages better. Imagine the look on Florentino Perez's face right now. This man, who thinks he's the emperor of football, must be staring at his Excel sheets wondering how it's possible that Barça, a club he thought was in ruins, now has 40 million fresh euros without selling a single sock from Lewandowski. It's historic, folks. Florentino, who thought he had us cornered, now sees how Laporta is giving him a lesson in strategy. And meanwhile, in the Chiringuito, Tomas Roncero is already preparing his speech. It's a scandal. Barça can't have money. It's a Catalan conspiracy. Haha, Tomas, keep crying, we'll keep adding up. And Edu Aguirre, with his blind love for Mbappé, is probably saying that the Frenchman is worth more than these 40 million. Sure, Edu, and I believe Vinicius is the new Pelé after seeing him dive in every play. But wait, here's the best part. Do you know who's trembling right now? The Madrid fans. Yes, those who spend their days shouting, "Madrid, Madrid," while praying for the referee to gift them another penalty. In the studios of Madrid, they're already in full crisis mode. Tomas Roncero, with his ponytail and screams, must be writing an article titled, "Nico Williams isn't that good," while taking a sedative. And Edu Aguirre, the eternal squire of Cristiano, is probably crying in a corner because Nico gave them the slip. Poor things. They dreamed of seeing him in white, but Nico said, "No thanks, I want to play for a team that doesn't live off referee favors." Zasca right in the mouth, Madrid fans. And that's not all, folks. This recruitment is a statement. While Madrid spends fortunes on players who spend more time in the infirmary than on the field, Barça is building a future project with young stars like Nico, LAMINE, GAVI, and PEDRI. It's a golden generation, gentlemen. Hansi Flick, the coach who has brought hope back to Barcelona, is already rubbing his hands. Because Nico doesn't just bring talent, he brings imbalance, magic, and above all, that cool touch that makes Camp Nou stand up. And all this while Madrid continues to cry because Mbappé isn't the savior they hoped for. Oh, what a shame, Madrid fans. Keep watching Cristiano's highlights on YouTube. But let's talk concretely, folks. These 40 million give us a huge margin to maneuver in the market. Hans Flick, who arrived at Barça like a hurricane, must already be rubbing his hands, because attention, this is not an ordinary coach. Flick has taken the Blaugrana DNA, studied it as if he were a doctor in Cruyffism, and made sure this team plays like angels. With these 40 million, we can strengthen key positions, a left back to give ball to break, a pivot to be Busquets' heir, or perhaps a winger to make the Madrid fans forget they once dreamed of Nico Williams. The options are endless, and the best part is that we don't have to sell anyone to achieve it. That's Barça, folks, a club that doesn't give up, doesn't sell out, doesn't kneel before anyone, not even before the bar that Madrid loves so much. And speaking of the bar, don't you find it incredible how Madrid always has an excuse? Every time they lose, it's the referee's fault. Every time Barça wins, it's a conspiracy. But this time, folks, they have nothing to say, because these 40 million are legal, real, Blaugrana. No cheating or tricks, just the genius of Laporta and the strength of a club that refuses to die. While Madrid dedicates itself to counting gifted penalties, we count millions and dreams. And each of these millions is one more step towards a champion Barça, towards a team that will mark history, towards a Camp Nou that will be the temple of world football. So, Madrid fans, keep crying, keep saying that Mbappé is the Messiah, that Vinicius is untouchable, that the bar is your best friend. Meanwhile, we'll keep growing, winning, being Barça, because this club isn't built with money, but with heart, passion, with cules who never give up. And with these 40 million, the world will see what we're capable of. If you're a cule through and through, if you laugh every time Madrid stumbles, and if you believe that LAMINE YAMAL is the future of football, subscribe now, like, and join this growing Blaugrana family. Come on, this is just the beginning, folks. If there's one thing that sets us apart from Real Madrid, besides our champagne football and our innate class, it's La Masia, this dream factory, this place where legends are born, this place that Madrid looks at with envy while they recruit Galacticos who then get lost at the Bernabeu like Mbappé in a classic. These 40 million from Líbero are important, yes, but what truly makes Barça invincible is our nursery. And today, folks, we're going to celebrate La Masia, laugh a little more at Madrid, and dream of a Blaugrana future that will leave the Madrid fans speechless. Let's start with the obvious. LAMINE YAMAL. This 17-year-old kid is a prodigy, an alien, a cule who carries the crest engraved in his DNA. Every time he touches the ball, the Bernabeu trembles, Vinicius hides, and Roncero runs out of arguments. Do you remember the magnificent goal he scored against Madrid in the Classic? That little flick, that finish, that veteran calm in a teenager's body, that's La Masia, folks. While Madrid spends millions on players who don't even know where the goal is, we're training stars at home. LAMINE is proof. We don't need 100 million to compete, because at La Masia, we have pure gold. And that's not all. There's GAVI, the civilian warrior who plays with Puyol spirit, running as if his life depends on every ball. There's PEDRI, the magician from the Canaries who makes the ball talk, turning every pass into a work of art. There's Cubarsí, the central defender who, at 18, already leads the defense as if he had 10 seasons in the first team. And all of them, folks, are homegrown. We didn't buy them, we didn't steal them, we raised them with Blaugrana love, with Cruyff's values, with the passion of a club that never gives up. Compare that with Madrid. What do they have? Vinicius, who spends more time on the ground than standing, Bellingham, who started like a star and now seems like a lost tourist on the field, and Mbappé, the recruitment of the century who, according to Edu Aguirre, was going to win the Ballon d'Or before Christmas, but who, in the Classic, seemed like an extra in a bad movie. Please, Madrid fans, you are pitiful. Your nursery is a desert, and the only thing you know how to do is open your wallet and pray for the bar to save you. Meanwhile, at Barça, La Masia continues to produce gems, and these 40 million from Líbero will only make them shine even more. Let's talk about Hansi Flick, because this man deserves a monument. Flick arrived at Barça and said, "Here, we play Cruyff style, but with my touch." And bang, he did it. This team plays with an intensity, a joy, a passion that reminds us of the best times of Guardiola. And the best part, folks, is that Flick trusts La Masia, unlike other coaches who arrive and ask for expensive recruits. Flick took LAMINE, GAVI, PEDRI and turned them into the backbone of the team. With these 40 million, Flick has the opportunity to polish this diamond even more, to bring in pieces that complement our gems, to make this Barça invincible. And while we celebrate La Masia, Madrid continues in its loop of tears and excuses. Imagine Roncero in the Chiringuito, with his notebook full of scribbles, trying to explain why Madrid is better than Barça. We have Mbappé, we have the champions. Sure, Tomas. And we have LAMINE, GAVI, PEDRI, and a project that doesn't depend on a single player, but on a philosophy. So keep shouting, we'll keep winning. And Edu Aguirre, please, stop your tales about Mbappé. This guy doesn't even know where Camp Nou is, and LAMINE has already given him 2 masterful lessons in football. Seriously, folks, Don't you feel a special pleasure in seeing Madrid twist every time Barça takes a step forward? These 40 million are more than money, it's a message. Barça is here, Barça is the present and the future, and La Masia is our secret weapon. While Madrid spends its life on Galacticos who don't deliver, we build from the ground up, with patience, with talent, with cool pride. And that, Madrid fans, you can't buy it, even with all the gold in the world. Folks, we're coming to the moment of gathering all the elements, summarizing this thunderclap, and shouting to the four winds that FC Barcelona is, has been, and always will be the best club in the world. These 40 million from Líbero are the cherry on the Blaugrana cake that tastes of glory, titles, cool pride. So get your scarves ready, turn up the volume, and let's review why this news is a direct missile to the heart of Madrid and a shot of life for our Barça. First, the pure and hard summary. Líbero, this company that seemed to be letting us down, has dropped 40 million euros for Barça Vision without the club having to sell a single player. It's, folks, a financial miracle orchestrated by Joan Laporta, the president who has given hope back to all cules. With this money, Barça complies with the league's Rule 1, which means we can recruit, strengthen the team, and continue to dream big without sacrificing our Masia gems. It's a master move, a checkmate for Madrid who thought they had us down, but who now see us rise like a phoenix. Next, the impact on the field. With Hansi Flick at the helm, this Barça plays football that makes you fall in love, reminiscent of the times of Cruyff and Guardiola. LAMINE, YAMAL, GAVI, PEDRI, Cubarsí, Rafinha, Lewandowski. This team is a perfectly oiled machine, and these 40 million are the fuel to take it to another level. A new recruit, a reinforcement for the defense, a winger who will make rivals tremble. The possibilities are endless, and with Flick and Laporta at the helm, we know that every euro will be spent wisely, unlike Madrid who throws money at players who don't even know where the ball is. Finally, the slap to Madrid. These 40 million are more than money, it's a message. Barça is back, stronger, more united, more cool than ever. While Florentino Perez scratches his head wondering how we did it, Roncero screams in the Chiringuito, and Edu Aguirre continues to dream of Mbappe, we celebrate. We celebrate La Masia, we celebrate Laporta, we celebrate a team that not only plays well but also manages well. And that, folks, is what hurts them the most, because Madrid can have champions, can have money, but will never have the soul of Barça, that passion that makes us unique, that magic that makes us invincible. And finally, the future. With these 40 million, Barça not only guarantees the present but builds a tomorrow full of titles. The new Camp Nou, which will be the most spectacular stadium in the world, is getting closer and closer. La Masia continues to produce cracks that make the world fall in love with football, and Hansi Flick, with his vision and talent, takes the team to heights that seemed impossible just a few years ago. This Barça, folks, is invincible, and Madrid knows it. That's why they're nervous, why they look for excuses, why they cling to the bar like a lifebuoy. But there's no bar that can rival Barça, no excuse that can stop our dream. Folks, we're coming to the end, and we're doing it with our hearts in hand. This Barça makes us dream, vibrate, feel that we're part of something big. These 40 million are not just money, it's hope, it's the future. It's proof that FC Barcelona is more than a club, it's a passion that isn't explained, it's lived. So, if you're a true Cule, if you love these colors more than anything, if you believe that Lamine, Pedri, and Gabi will mark history, subscribe now, like, and join this Blaugrana madness, because being a Cule is the greatest thing, and this Barça is going to silence many Madrid mouths.